Welcome back to another Pokemon Throwback Thursday, where every Thursday morning we take a deep dive into a new set. We're going in complete order. So the set we're checking out today is Lost Origin, and then we're going to be highlighting a certain Pokemon. We're going to be checking out their best cards in Pokemon history. And for today's video, that is going to be Lucario. And we are going to do a giveaway today. All you got to do is make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that like, then you got to answer the question of the day. Who'd win in this fight? Dragonite and Garchomp versus Salamence, Metagross, and Hydreigon. And someone actually left this question down below, so if you guys want to see your questions for the question of the day, drop them in the comments. This is what we're giving away today, a beautiful EV promo. And I do have to give a quick thanks to our video sponsor, and that is Punch-Out Gaming. This is my local game store that I go to, and it's the #1 game store in all of Minnesota. I've actually been to the mall. Nobody can beat the variety, and they're only located 30 minutes north of the Twin Cities, so definitely check them out. They always sell every new set at MSRP. And of course, if you guys want to try out PSA for your first time, click the link, use the code BEARD25, you get $25 off. You just got to use a new email every time, and same thing with Tag. Use the code BEARD102, you get 10% off your first submission. And if you guys like giveaways and you guys want to watch my Market Monday and my Falling Friday hours before I post on YouTube, download the FANATICS Collect app, go to Collect Originals, and follow the Pokebeard channel there. And I'm doing a giveaway every single time, Thursday, 7 p.m. Central, and Sunday, 7 p.m. Central, live in the actual chat. And you guys can also ask me questions, whatever you want. So definitely check that out. I'll have all the links in the description. All right, let's get into it. We have Lost Origin. This set came out September 8th, 2022. Total set value is $2,126. So this is when we're getting our trainer galleries. So we don't get a ton of alternate arts in the set. We got the Giratina, we got the Aerodactyl, some of the best alternate arts ever created, some of the best cards ever created. And then we got the Rotom and the Galarian Berserker V. So two super popular ones and two that are not as popular. Rotom's $30 and the Galarian Berserker is $22. But the Giratina Raw, $867, the Aerodactyl, $228. The Pikachu Trainer Gallery, this is just the original V, $138. VMAX, $126. Then we have the non-texture Trainer Galleries with the Gengar at $60, Pikachu at $59, and Charizard at $33. This set is actually stacked if you really think about it. And we even got the Black and Gold Trainer Gallery Mew. That's right around $33 also. Rotom at $30. We got the Rainbow Giratina at $27. We got the Pikachu VMAX Black and Gold $26. And we even have a Snorlax Trainer Gallery $22. I feel like that Snorlax does not get enough love compared to the Pikachu and the Gengar. And then got a Gold Giratina even at $19. And a ton of awesome, beautiful Trainer Galleries. Orbeetle, Crobat, Eternatus, Gallade. And they're all, $20 or less. But all right, let's take a deep dive. We got the Pikachu VMAX, the Gold Trainer Gallery. These cards are very easy to grade. $7,800 in a 10, $3,200 in a 9. This got up to $164 in a 10, now sitting right around $146, and TCG Player has it at $26 also. Next, the Black and Gold Mew. This has a pop of $6,400 in a 10, $3,200 in a 9. Got up to $191 and dropped down to $180 in a 10. Next, we have the Snorlax Trainer Gallery. This card is still going up. So these non-textured ones are super, super difficult to grade. So look at this. The pop is $1,800 in a 10, about $4,000 in a 9. And yeah, it was at $190 and now selling for $430. Starting to level out a little bit. Next, the Charizard. This is a pop of $4,900 in a 10, $9,700 in a 9. So it's at $173 in a 10, now leveling out right at $370. Next, the Pikachu, the Sleepy Pikachu is what I call it, was at $298 in a 10. Got up to $828. It's coming down right now, sitting right at $700. This has a pop of $3,800 in a 10 and $8,900 in a 9. So yeah, if I were to collect any of these in a PSA 10, I'm definitely going the non-textured cards. I don't buy a lot of slabs, but when I do like them to be, on the difficult side to grade at least. So they're, somewhat rare. Next, we have the non-textured Gengar. There's a pop of $5,200 in a 10, $11,700 in a 9. So is that $300? Got up to $654, kind of leveling out. Last sold $644. Next, we have the Pikachu VMAX Trainer Gallery. This has a pop of $10,900 in a 10 and $4,500 in a 9. Was at $200, still climbing. Last sold $360. Next, the Pikachu V Trainer Gallery. $8,000 in a 10, $5,700 in a 9. Was at $230 in a 10. Now leveling out right around $550. And TCG Players up to $138. Next, the Aerodactyl V. One of my all-time favorite alternate arts. I'd probably put it in my top 3, and probably top 3 even with the Scarlet and Violet era too, because I love these dinosaur fossil Pokemon, and you got pretty much all of them in there. It just looks so nice. This is a pop of $5,300 in a 10 and $4,500 in a 9. This got down to $365. Now last sold $551. And the big boy, we got the Giratina V with a pop of 9,500 in a 10, 9,600 in a 9. And this was at $1,900 in a 10 in February. Now, that sold as $3,317. And we got a 9 at 927, TCG players at 868. Next, we have the Lost Origin Booster Pack was at 14. Now sitting right around 17 and 18 bucks. And the regular ETB was at 180, now leveling out right around 230. And we have the Pokemon Center ETB still doing work, was at 297, now 370, 399, and 400. And to think, people literally called me stupid for saying to pick these up from the Pokemon Center website, a sealed case for MSRP. Hilarious. And we have the Lost Origin Booster Box, was at 717, got up to 825, and now 718, 749, 735. But all right, let's get to Lucario. So it looks like Lucario has about 91 English cards. So we're going to check out some of these cheaper ones, appreciate some of these arts. That Vivid Voltage one is sick. We got the Scarlet and Violet stamp promo at 50 cents. Got the basic Mega Lucario EX. The Fates Collide one is also sick. It's like glowing in that one. Got a couple more EXs from Stellar Crown, Ascended Heroes, and Prismatic Evolutions. I like this Unbroken Bonds one. It's pretty sick. These are all literally $1 or $2. Got the basic V from Fusion Strike and Astral Radiance. Got the V-Star for $3. And this Fates Collide one is one of my all-time favorite ones. It has the Mega Alakazam in the background. That is a super sick cameo. We got the Full Art V at $4. Another one, super cool here. Look at the one from Unified Minds. It's at $5. But look at that. We got a Garchomp and Giratina in the background. Just insane. And the Spirit Links, you guys know I love those Spirit Links. And the Lucario is up to about $6 now, so he's definitely got some really nice arts, even for some of these cheaper ones. He'd be a really fun Pokemon to collect all of them. This Next Destiny's one is also sick. But all right, let's check it out. We're going to go from newest to oldest. We have the Gold Mega Lucario EX. This is a pop of 2,500 in a 10, 4,500 in a 9. Was at $1,000 in a 10. Now, sitting right around 750. And at least these cards are somewhat difficult to grade, so that has that going for it. Next, we have the Mega Lucario SIR, because the SIRs are easy to grade. It says a pop of 11,000 in a 10, 5,300 in a 9. This card got up to $561, and now dropped down to $460, and we got TCG Player at $236. For that gold card, we got TCG Player at $280. It's been like that for literally months now. Next, we have the Mega Lucario EX. This is a Black Star promo. We got PSA 10 still at $550, now right around $300, and TCG Player has this at $17. Next, we have the Full Art Mega Lucario with a pop of 5,700 in a 10, 4,000 in a 9, was at $135, and now sitting right around $90. Next, we have the Paldean Fates Baby Shiny Lucario with a pop of 322 in a 10, 304 in a 9. Such low pops for these cards. Not a lot of people got them graded. And it looks like it's going up in price. Last sold in a PSA 10 is $318. And TCG Player has it at $35. Next, we have the Riolu illustration rare, but if you look in the background, there's a picture of Lucario there. Love this card. I love when, cards have the full evolution line, even if it is just 2. But this card is from Scarlet and Violet base set, so it's extremely difficult to grade. Look at this pop. 965 in a 10, 3,900 in a 9. It's a $40 raw card. Was at $300 in a 10. Got up to $720, dropping a little bit now, $650. And we have the Lucario V-Star. This is a Sword and Shield promo. This is from Crown Zenith. It says a pop of 23,800 in a 10 and 13,800 in a 9. This is a $12 card, and it has gotten up to like $20 before. And PSA 10s were selling for $80, now selling for $157. Next, we have the Lucario GX Rainbow Rare from Forbidden Light with a pop of 283 in a 10, 280 in a 9. TCG Player has it at $120, and PSA 10 got up to $850, now last sold $665. Now here's the same exact art. There's also a full art, but they didn't have a ton of information on it, so I didn't add it. But this is the Shiny from Hidden Fates. This got up to $247 in a 10, and newest sales at $235, so just dropped a little bit. TCG Player's at $87. This is a pop of 4,400 in a 10, 2,700 in a 9. Next, we have some tag teams. We got the Lucario and Melmetal GX Tag Team Full Art. There's a mouthful to say that one. This has a pop of 547 in a 10, 377 in a 9. Got up to $257 in a 10, now dropped to $230. TCG Player has that at $40. Next, we have the Lucario and Melmetal GX Secret Rare Tag Teams. This are rainbows. TCG player is at 73. This is a pop of 471 in a 10, 272 in a 9. And looks like it was at $160. Now last sold is at $300 in a PSA 10. Next, we have the actual tag teams. This is the non-textured alternate art. This has a pop of 1,356 in a 10, 932 in a 9. TCG player has it at only $34, and it was at $100. Now last sold $265 in a 10. Next, we have the actual textured Lucario and Melmetal GX tag team. This is a Black Star promo. It's a pop of 4,000 in a 10, 2,000 in a 9. Was at 186. Got up to 398. Dropped down to 280. Going back up again. 334 is the last sale. TCG player has it at 67. So still very affordable. Next, we got some megas. The OG megas. This is a pop of 67 in a 10, 173 in a 9. And was at $800. Last sale is at $1,105. And TCG player has it at $50. We got a 9 at $107. And as you can see, basically the same exact card. This is the secret rare, but they just basically made the border gold. If you go back and forth, like, you can barely tell the difference. And the word is also gold. So this is a big thing too. I'm not even kidding. I have found so many of these in collections and stuff where, you know, you buy it and you're just looking on eBay. You can't see all the pictures and people have it priced at, you know, this card and they don't even notice it's the actual secret rare, or vice versa. You got people asking crazy amounts for the basic when, you know, they think they have the gold. But this is a pop of 51 in the 10, 191 in a 9. Last sold in a 10 is at 4,100. We got a 9 at 194. And TCG players at 161. So that is quite the difference between the 9 and the 10, 200 to 4,100. That's when some of these 9s might be actually a good pickup. Because with a pop of only 191 and, you know, a pop of 51 in a 10, I mean, that's a low pop. So I feel like picking up some of these 9s, not a bad idea. Next, we have the Mega Lucario, so another Black Star promo. But this thing is sick. I love the red on this card. TCG player has it at $65. Was at $700 in a 10. Now last sold $1,300. We don't have the pop on here. And we have the XY Furious Fist Full Art Lucario. This is a pop of 18 in a 10, 131 in a 9. No recent sales for this card in a 10. And we got a PSA 9 sale at 549. And then TCG players at 144. Next, we got some level X's. This is from the Diamond and Pearl era. This is from Mysterious Treasures. This is a pop of 33 in a 10, 154 in a 9. Last sold in a 10 is $12,100. Last sold in a 9 is $1K. And TCG player has it at 115. Next, we have the promo Lucario Level X. Last sold in a 9 is $4,262 with a pop of 27. No info on this card in a PSA 10. We've got an 8 at 752. So that kind of tells you, condition-wise, how much this card is going to cost. You've got a 7 at 269. TCG player says 125, but if a 7's 269, I can't see that 125 being super clean. Next, one of my favorite cards on the list, we have the Pokemon Rumble Lucario. This is a pop of 17 in a 10, 99 in a 9. Last sold in a 10 is 4,054. Last sold in a 9 is 1,096. And TCG player, $280. But yeah, as you can see here, the difference between this 9 and the 10, not that bad. You know, $1,000 to $4K. But that other card, which also had a pretty low pop, you know, was at $200 in a 9, but the 10 was at 4K. And last on the list, probably the best card in this entire video, but we have a Festa XY promo. It's got Pikachu, Mega Gengar, and as you can see, it's got the beautiful Lucario up there. This has a pop of 2,000 in a 10, 705 in a 9. Last sold in a 10, though, is 10,313. Last sold in a 9 is 4,100. It's just been climbing like crazy. We even got 276 8s. Last sold 3,300. Last sold in a 7 is 2,400. Last sold in a 6 is 756. So, such a crazy, crazy card for sure. Love these Festas. But all right, that was this week's video. I did miss the black and white promo. There just wasn't a ton of information on that card, but that's a very expensive Lucario English card too. But yeah, let me know down below your guys' favorite card from today's list. And then, like I mentioned before, definitely download the Fanatics Collect app if you guys want to win some super fun giveaways. I mean, we had like 20 people in the chat, so your odds of winning are very good. So if you guys are watching this on Thursday, tonight, 7 p.m. Central on the Fanatics app, I'll be giving away this beautiful Officer Jenny signature that I got at one of the last card shows. So definitely check that out. And of course, if you guys like this content, want to stay ahead of the market, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that. You guys know what to do. You guys are the absolute best. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. If you guys want to watch my newest vending video, you can click the one above. Otherwise, I have an entire playlist full of all my other vending videos. You guys can check those out. But all right, we'll see you next time.